Hey guys, today's episode is called Outwitting the Devil, after the name of a book by Napoleon Hill that I recently read. And I thought it was so good, I just wanted to touch on one chapter, which is chapter 11, which is called, I think it's called Overcoming Adversity. Actually, I think it's called Learning from Adversity. And it's something that I don't think we emphasize enough, especially as designers, because we are so terrified of failure, aren't we? We're so terrified that we're not going to make it, it's not going to work, that things aren't going to go well for us, when in fact, we make all of our best decisions because we've learned from trials that we've had from the past. It's a really important step in the process of making it through as a designer, as a creative, as an artist. And so I really, first of all, like this book. It's a little bizarre. Just gonna say that. It was written in 1938. If you haven't heard it before, if you've read any of Napoleon Hill's other books, the most famous is probably Think and Grow Rich, if you like personal development books. But this book is called Outwitting the Devil, and it's a conversation that he has with the devil. And it's a little funny and a little bizarre. Like the devil makes him the interviewee call him Your Majesty. And I found myself sometimes a little bit confused because I was trying to decide if the devil was saying something to deceive Napoleon Hill or if he was telling the truth. Does that make sense? But I mean, it's like one of those books I was listening to that I could listen to again and try to figure out what he was trying to say. But he had some really interesting takes on society, some interesting takes on schooling and institutions, things that I think we're seeing in modern day living as we're kind of moving forward. So it's super fascinating. We're 80 years out from it, and it's just super fascinating. Less than that, or more than that, I should say. So anyway, I love this chapter called Learning from Adversity. And it is exactly as it sounds, that we get so caught up in trying to win, that we forget that our best moments are actually sometimes coming out of something that went wrong. And the next step, learning from it and triumphing from it. And I really want to emphasize this because if you are in a time right now in your life where you're designing and you haven't had a lot of big wins, maybe you've made a few sales, maybe you've made 0 sales, my encouragement is to just continue to keep working towards it. You will get better. You will become a better designer. You will become a better understander of the marketing and the SEO and everything else it takes to become a designer. There is so much here to learn. There's so much to really grow with. And my advice to you is to remember that you are the hero in your own journey, and that you are someone that takes a trial, just like a hero, and you overcome it. So if you feel like you're failing at first of all, let's just say that failure is made up. Like a failure to me might not be a failure to you, or vice versa. We make up whatever that line is for failing. All of us, every single one of us. And since we made up the line, we can move the line, right? So let me give you an example of this. I might feel that this week failing is not getting 6 products into one of my stores. Right? That might feel like failing to me. 6 products for you might feel like winning, like you've never done 6 products before. So notice that it's individualized. It's made up by the person and the perspective. And so because of that, you get to change where that line is. It's fantastic. And I think that if you go through something that's really hard, like maybe you don't get sales for the entire month of June and July or whatever it is, which by the way, that happens. It totally happens. Okay. So you don't make hardly any sales and it's just demoralizing, right? Here is what I am going to tell you. Okay. You need to think of that as something that's for you, not happening just to you. If this is happening for me, what is it that I take from this? Well, I need to save during the Christmas season because I think I'm going to have really big sales in the Christmas season. And now I know that in the summertime, I'm not going to make very many sales, right? So then your behavior changes, right? And that's the whole thing. Changing our action steps, changing our behaviors, right? Maybe I figure out that I wasn't on top of the summer season sales. Like I wasn't putting out product that people want during summer, no matter what it is. Depending on what your industry you're in, it's going to be different, right? Fabric is doing this right here. SVGs is doing this. Printables are doing this, right? And so because I'm not on top of my stuff, I'm going to plan better next year so I know what months I should come out with what. And then that way my sales are up. So there are things we can do to learn from it, to know that it was for us. I didn't make very many sales. Now what am I going to do so that I can change my behaviors for next year so I can win, whatever winning looks like for me. Does that make sense? So that's why I really think that things that feel like struggles, things that are trials, the smart ones, the people who really, really are digging into their businesses, they're being very smart about it. And they're going, okay, this is for me. This happened. Now, how do I change this? How do I change the dialogue of this? It's very, very exciting if you think of everything being for you, even things that you struggle with. And that is the real power of being a design business owner, someone who owns her own business, who's willing to take risk and to do the hard work that it takes to become a profitable designer. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm so excited that you guys are here watching me on my YouTube channel or hanging out with me on the podcast. I'm here to hopefully help inspire you to continue building that design business. Bring it up, lift yourself up, and do something really creative and wonderful with your life. If you're on my YouTube channel, I hope you are subscribed. If you are in the podcast, I hope that you have it set up to download automatically and that I'm sitting in your library, because I love that. I do that with other podcasts that I really like. That way you don't miss an episode, and I will see you guys soon.
Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.